All right, grade sevens, let's start this week by taking a look at social. So on our Edsby main page, if you scroll down, look for our social page and open it up. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open up our content. And I'm looking at this section here that's called If the World Were a Village, But Where? So if you click on that one, you're going to be able to see our assignments and kind of the process or the steps that we're going to be taking uh, in the coming days. If you haven't yet, I want you to read through that If the World Were a Village, Where Would It Be? Which is a story that kind of breaks down the world population into a village of 100 people. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the population of people in this village that would live on as part of the Pacific Rim. So that's all of these countries here that are highlighted in blue. So Canada, the United States, Mexico, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Panama, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and then China, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, North Korea, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Russia, Taiwan, and Vietnam. And then Australia, Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Micronesia, Nauru, New Zealand, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. If you actually broke it down and looked at where people were from, we would have 36 people represented from our from the Pacific Rim. Well, there's 36 people in our class, so it works out really well. You can continue reading with the specific rim, where I explain a little bit of the details using Canadian coordinates. And we want to get to the point of 1 down, 35 to go. So I've picked Canada. There's one person who would be from Canada in this village. That leaves the rest of these countries for us to investigate as far as Pacific Rim countries go. The United States has 4, Mexico 2, China 18, Indonesia 4, Japan 2, Philippines 2, Vietnam 1, Russia 2. Okay. What you need to do is you need to pick one of those countries to research. To pick your country, go to our villagers' homes. Pick one of those places. Try to keep in mind how many people can do each place. I don't want to have everybody do the United States. I would like us to only have about 4 do the United States. A few more or a few less is okay. But keep those in mind. Pick your option, click Vote. Then move to the assignment section. Okay. Clicking on where it says bookmark will open up a Google Doc for you where you will be able to fill in the information that you need. So this is what the Google Doc would look like if you were to open it up. Don't forget to go File, make a copy so that you have one that you can edit. Fill in the information with what you find about your country. Now, it says populous area name because we don't always measure things just by a city, but rather a metropolitan area. For example, Toronto doesn't have 6.5 million people. The Greater Toronto Area, or the Toronto metropolis, has that many people. So it might include other smaller cities that, like, the main one has kind of absorbed as it's grown. Okay? Fill it in. You get 1 point for each name, each population, and each coordinate that you can give me. Use Google Maps. That's an easy way for you to find the coordinates of those places. Now, if you're looking to get the EX option, I want you to find the difference between the northernmost and the southernmost cities. Here I've given the example of Toronto and Edmonton. So when I'm looking at north and south, I'm looking at the first two coordinates of each city. So 43.65 and 53.57. I'm going to subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. So you can see that on the right hand side here. The difference between north to south is 9.92 degrees. That's all I would have to write for that one. You would also have to make sure that you are using the northernmost and southernmost coordinates. Then you can find it for the eastern and westernmost cities, which in my case I believe would be Quebec City and Vancouver. And you would subtract the second two numbers. And then the last part would be, what is the distance from Canada's western most populous area to yours? Most Pacific Rim countries are west of Canada. So if Vancouver is our westernmost populous area, how far away is it from your most populous area? You could provide distance in kilometers, or you could find the distance in degrees.